Hello guys and welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video we are once again going to be reviewing none other than the book of Boba Fett. Now, in today's video, I have to tell you this is honestly the best thing we've seen in Star Wars in a long time. I mean, don't get me wrong, The Mandalorian was great. I mean, Mandalorian Season 2, fantastic. We had Luke Skywalker return. That was great. But in terms of like a full-fledged Star Wars story, we have not seen such great Star Wars. At least I haven't seen such great Star Wars since I haven't seen anything this great in Star Wars since Rogue One. That's how much I am loving the Book of Boba Fett. In fact, I'm sorry, I love this more than Mando. I know that sounds absolutely crazy considering I am a humongous Mando fan. I really love Baby Yoda, I really love the Mando story, I can't wait for Mando Season 3, but if I'm being honest with myself, no, the Book of Boba Fett is impressing me. I'm really enjoying everything from it, and this episode in particular is probably the best we've had in all Star Wars. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had Season 7 of the Clone Wars, and Season 7 of the Clone Wars was fantastic. That is my childhood complete. Season 7 of the Clone Wars is my childhood complete. I love that, and I just love it. So it amazes me that apparently this is the lowest rating show Disney has ever had when it comes to Star Wars. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know, I just think maybe the Bad Batch finally got people to stop selling into Disney, you know, because the Bad Batch, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say every single episode that the Bad Batch was a bad batch of episodes. I did not like the Bad Batch, obviously, but it amazes me that people are saying the Bad Batch is better than what they're doing in Boba Fett, and I just can't disagree with that more. I really am becoming a Boba Fett fan, and it's because of this show. Now, granted, I've always liked Boba Fett. He's never been one of my personal favorite characters. And it's interesting because the show that everyone seems to be disliking is the one that is making me love Boba Fett even more. I'm starting to become a Boba Fett fanboy, which is just insane to me. But moving on, what did we get in this episode? We basically got everything we wanted to know from Boba Fett. Now, this is what he's did. This is basically a whole flashback episode, and I don't mind that at all. You know, this is how he met Fennec Shan in the desert. He took her to I can't remember exactly what they called it, but this guy who takes robotic parts and puts them on people, like, I can't remember what they call it, modification guy or whatever. That was interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. But they saved Fennec Shan's life, and Fennec Shan obviously has a debt to pay to her. Now, we thought, well, maybe Fennec Shan was waiting for Boba Fett. No, so we never know what she was actually wanting to do. Maybe she was working for, I don't know, Bib Fortuna or something at the time. But now that, you know, Boba is in town and Boba saved her life, it's like, okay, you know what, I'll help you get your ship and then we're done. So she helps get the ship. And that whole scene of them just sneaking into Jabba the Hutt's castle, Bib Fortuna's castle, soon to be Boba Fett's castle, we already know that. They sneak into there, they take out some guards, they take out some kitchen robots, There's even this cute little droid that Boba Fett takes out. I found it fun. I found it enjoyable. It was so cool to see him sneaking around. It was so cool to see Fennec Shand do her thing, getting the best shots on some of these crazy guards. However, man, she's strong. I don't know. The way she took out that Gamorrean guard, I don't know. I think it would be more realistic if she just shot the Gamorrean guard rather than take him out that way. Because it's a Gamorrean guard. Like, those things are not exactly the lightest things on Earth, and she just takes it down so breathlessly. That was a little weird. But other than that, I think Fennec Shand was great. I love the fact that she was such a good shot in this. I kind of felt like, well, I guess Boba Fett didn't really have a blaster either. I mean, he did have a little one, but I kind of felt like we should have had more Boba shoot a couple of the guards, but he was trying to get into the ship, so I can understand it. And God, once he gets into the ship, that was absolutely awesome. And then he just decides to go look for his armor, and then he's gonna go back to Bib Fortuna and take over the throne. That's his whole plan. And he asks Fennec Shand where she wants to be dropped off. Fennec Shand is like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the ride. I'm gonna see what this is like, you know? And Boba already promised her something that Jabba the Hutt, Bib Fortuna, no one could promise her. Loyalty. Loyalty and even cuts of the prizes. That's what he promised her. And I think she's starting to like the sound of that. Not having to work endlessly, killing people or going after people endlessly just to put food on the table. I think she likes the idea of possibly, you know, being able to lay back and enjoy the riches of being the ruler. I mean, we kind of already see that in the Book of Boba Fett, but I like this. We are starting to learn more about how Fennec Shand feels about the situation, I feel. Like, no, she isn't particularly saying exactly how she feels. I actually prefer that. You know, let us kind of find out by her actions and her expressions. I think it's very well done. And I think she is really starting to, at least in this point, in the very beginning where Boba Fett just saved her and they just stole Boba Fett's ship, I think she is starting to really like Boba Fett and really like the idea of not being necessarily a bounty hunter anymore. You know, being more of a crime boss and being able to lay back and kind of quit her job. I think that will work for her. And then, of course, they go back to the sarlacpit looking for the Boba Fett armor. And what do? Well, the Sarlacc isn't dead, which I thought the Sarlacc was eaten by a crate dragon, but I guess that comes later on, or at least that might have been a different sarlacpit that got eaten by crate dragon, because this one's not eaten. They go looking for the armor, and the crate dragon attacks. And I love the fact that Fennec Shand was able to hit the button, and literally the bomb, the seismic charge, the bomb came out from the back, fell forward, and literally, well, split the, it split the sarlacpit in pieces. I thought that was really well done, and we've never seen a seismic charge work underneath anything. We've only seen it work in space. So that was interesting. We've seen it work in the sky and everything, but we've never seen it actually work underground. So I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. And how it kind of went off and kind of shook the sand a bit. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really well done. And that is pretty much the end of the episode, or at least that is the end of the flashback. As for Boba Fett and the present day. He's meeting up with a bunch of crime lords, and they don't like Boba Fett, they don't trust Boba Fett, but Boba Fett's like, you know what, you don't gotta trust me, you don't gotta join me, you just don't gotta get in my way. I'm going to war with the Pikes. And they all pretty much agree just not to stand in his way. They don't want to go to war with the Pikes. They don't want to fight Boba either. So they're like, do what you want. If you win, we'll follow you. But if you lose, you know, if you fight them, we won't get involved. That's basically what Boba Fett wanted. And I think by the end of the day, yeah, they're gonna end up joining Boba Fett when he wins this war, along with his Rancor. I really enjoyed that scene where they were all around, you know, the table, the meeting table, and they were all about to get up and shoot Boba Fett when the Rancor from below, they're above the Rancor trap except Boba Fett, so all he had to do was press a switch. All of them would have gone down except him. He could have easily have had them all eaten by the Rancor. And I thought it was fantastic. As soon as they found out that there was a Rancor down there, they knew to back off, which is great. Everyone thinks that Rancors are these big, massive monsters, and I like the fact that Boba Fett knows that it's honestly a pet. And so I can't wait to see him ride a Rancor and shoot down a ship full of Pikes. That's going to be awesome, and that's going to happen within the next episode or two. Now that we know everything from what we wanted to in the past, you know, we found out what he's been doing, we found out how he got out of the sarlacpit, we found out how he met Finnick, we found out how he got his ship back. I don't see another flashback in the rest of this season. I mean, who knows? We could see another flashback to when he was a little kid or something. I would like to see more of his dad, possibly. You know, maybe a flashback of his father teaching him something. That would kind of be cool, and learn more about how that worked with Boba Fett growing up. But I don't know. I don't see any more flashbacks in terms of the rest of the show. I think the rest of this show is going to be Boba Fett taking on the Pikes, beating them all, winning the day, winning the trust of all of the other crime bosses on Tatooine, and then becoming the major crime boss. And then later on in like Ahsoka or Mando Season 3, they're going to come to Boba Fett needing help again to defeat Thrawn. That's what I think is going on. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And for now, I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.